networking place as well, you know, being in a space like Juilliard. So there's many pros to being in a place like that.
Mm-hmm. What advice would you give to particularly young Bahamian musicians who want to become professional?
I would say that, you know, truly just be serious about the craft and, you know, take care of the music. And, you know, if you take care of those things in terms of where the talent can take you, I'm like, you know, an example of if you actually take care of the music, sometimes you don't necessarily know where it's going to take you, but trusting in it, you know, and just doing the work will allow for those doors to actually open, will allow for those opportunities to show themselves, you know, and sometimes it's hard to do that, you know, to work without knowing where you're going, kind of thing, you know? But I think that's one of the things that I've learned the most is when I pay all of my attention to dealing with the actual craft and what I'm dealing with, the actual music, dealing with the instrument, dealing with what's going on musically, I realize that when I'm actually playing, when I'm actually putting my music in display, it seems as if that it actually attracts, you know, the value that I'd hope, you know what I'm saying? So it seems as if we actually put our attentions on the right things, the things that we really want will come to us.
Well, Gifton, we're going to have to wrap up the show in a minute, but I'm going to give you a chance to give a shout out to some people here in the Bahamas. Go ahead.
Man, I just want to say thanks, you know, for having me. It's been a pleasure. You know, of course, thanks to everybody that back in the Bahamas, my family, the Jellin family, you know, Adrian Diagla, you know, my musical community over there. You know, all of my supporters, the Chelsea Lives Foundation, you know, Island House. Thank you all, you know, thank you all for supporting me to actually be here and to actually, you know, achieve this goal that I'm trying to achieve. You know, the goal is ongoing, you know, it never stops. But, you know, I just, you know, without y'all, you know, I'm not able to actually, you know, pursue this. But I'm so grateful to have, you know, I'm grateful to have that support, you know.
And we're grateful that you have this gift. Listen, man, take care of yourself. Stay safe. All right? And next time you're here, we'll check each other out.
Definitely, man. Thank you once again, man.
Blessings.
Appreciate it.
Good man.
Yes.
That was Gifton Jellin, Bahamian jazz musician. And we'll see you again the next time. You should really check out his music, actually. But we'll see you next time on The Read Factor.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, officials gearing up for the rollout of the Pfizer vaccine, a big appointment for a local educator and unionist, and a back-to-school giveaway set for this weekend. The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jamila Mizik. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, nomination day for prospective candidates around the country wishing to appear on the ballots for the general elections is tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Over on the island of Abaco, officials are finalizing preparations ahead of the big day. Our Megan Shepard is in Abaco and filed this report.
Nomination day for the September 16th, 2021 election is in just a matter of hours. And here at the administrator's office in Central Abaco is where candidates wishing to offer themselves for the general election will nominate officially. Now, Administrator for Central and South Abaco, including the Hopetown District, Don Roll, says the election hype is high here on the island of Abaco.
persons could expect the potential candidates coming in to be nominated for the upcoming general election. I know because of the emergency orders we are under at this time, there'll be a limited amount of persons who can enter the office in terms of nomination. I think we are only allowing those candidates and the 5 supporting nomination who will be nominating those persons or those candidates.
And as to what potential candidates should bring to make their nomination official.
You have a form G, a form C, and a form, I think it's a form F, and they also will bring along a $400 security deposit.
Roll adds that he believes that residents on the island are excited to mark their X for their candidate of choice.
The times, the nomination starts at 9 a.m. and it's here at the government complex here in Marsh Harbor and at the government administrator's office, I should say, in Cooperstown.
Now nominations will take place in North and Central Abaco.
I think the people here in Abaco is ready for election, and the hype is high, and there's no reported signs of vandalism in regards to any PAHO familiars or any constituency properties or whatever. So I think so far it's peaceful. I think the Abaconians will display that all through this election period.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Meantime, officials from the COVID-19 National Consultative Committee on Grand Bahama are gearing up for the rollout of the Pfizer as well as the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines. Several vaccination centers have been added on this northern island to meet the growing appointment demands and also to assist in getting as many people vaccinated in the shortest time possible. Ramiko Knowles has more.
The Pfizer vaccine and the Johnson & Johnson one-shot jab are ready to be administered to residents on Grand Bahama. Member of the COVID-19 National Consultative Committee, Dr. Danny Davis.
Our primary location for this rollout will be Christ the King Hall. We actually have appointments out on the system for that location. We also have locations in Hunters, and we have locations in 8 Mile Rock, Pinedale, and in West End. So we're covering central and western of Grand Bahama. And we hope to roll out to the eastern end of Grand Bahama in the coming weeks. With the Pfizer and with the Johnson & Johnson, they will both be available at all sites.
Davis says to supplement the rollout starting on Monday, August 30th, the Pfizer vaccine will be offered at the Susan J. Wallace Center.
This allows us to provide more vaccinations opportunities and also, of course, more vaccinations for the people of Grand Bahama. And so the committee is actually quite proud that we're able to do this today. We have 1,000 appointments available for this weekend alone, and going into next week at the Susan J. Wallace Center, we expect to have another 1,000 or maybe even 1,200 appointments available for the public to book for that venue.
As for the times and locations, the vaccines will be offered at the other centers. He says on Saturday, August 28th and Sunday, August 29th, they will begin at Christ the King Hall at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
What that means is if you're looking for a first dose now, your first dose is going to be a Pfizer dose or it's going to be a Johnson & Johnson dose. But if you have already received an AstraZeneca dose and you want to now do it your second shot, we're asking that you only go to the Susan J. Wallace site. And in fact, we're going to make that only Fridays at the Susan J. Wallace site.
Now on Monday, August 30th at Central Zion Baptist Church in Pinedale, 8 Mile Rock, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. and again from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And on Tuesday, August 31st, between the hours of 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. At the YMTA Vaccination Center in Hunters, they will begin on Tuesday, August 31st from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. and on Wednesday, September 1st from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. As for the West End at the Mary Magdalene Church Hall, the Pfizer and one-shot jab will be offered on Tuesday, August 31st from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. He notes that the AstraZeneca vaccine will only be offered at the Susan J. Wallace Center, and they will only be administering second dose shots. Now, for those of you that were experiencing challenges making an appointment online to take the vaccine, Dr. Danny Davis says with the rollout of the Pfizer vaccine as well as the Johnson & Johnson, those issues should phase out as they are now able to meet the demands.
Having received almost 128,000 doses of Pfizer and we have 44,000 of Johnson & Johnson, We're in a position now, for the first time since we started this campaign, where we've got more supply of vaccines than demand, so we can meet your demand. Now, so challenges of booking an appointment, you should see that fade away. And as I said earlier, we've opened up 1,000 for this weekend, and we're going to open another 1,200 at Susan J. Wallace for this week. So we hope to not see this issue of persons not being able to get an appointment.
Davis adds that they will accommodate walk-ins at the centers, and he is also making this appeal to persons with appointments.
Please come at your appointment time. There's no need for you to come 3 hours early, 4 hours early. Come 10 minutes before your appointment. This allows the process to run smoothly. If everyone comes at 8 o'clock in the morning, regardless of their appointment time, that defeats the purpose of having an appointment, and it also gives us a challenge with social distancing and management of person flowing through the site. So our appeal to you today is please come at your allotted time for your appointment.
Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Meantime, the island of Abaco recently placed on an 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew. However, a new amendment to the emergency powers order states that due to the high demand for the COVID-19 vaccine on Abaco, special provisions have been made to the daily curfew to help ensure that all residents who wish to receive the vaccine will have the opportunity to do so. Administrator for Central and South Abaco, Don Roll, says that persons on the island are doing their part to show up and take the available vaccines.
Based on the increase in COVID vaccination, I think people now are adhering to what is being ordered by the Prime Minister in terms of those people getting vaccinated, so we can get back to some type of normalcy. Prisoners going out and taking the vaccine, I think they had like almost 500 the first day, and I think yesterday was almost 300 to 400. So I think Abaconians now are adhering to those requests in terms of those persons going out and getting vaccinated.
The orders state that the following persons will be permitted to move about beyond 8 p.m. during the curfew this evening, Thursday, August 26. Healthcare workers and volunteers involved in the administering of the COVID-19 vaccination, any persons who can show evidence that they have an appointment to receive the vaccination after 8 p.m., or any person who can show that they have just come from being vaccinated and is heading to their place of residence. Meantime, as the COVID-19 climate in the country continues to rise, the nation's leader, Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, is continuing his appeal for Bahamians to become fully vaccinated as a way to protect themselves and loved ones. The Prime Minister also made an appeal to all leaders across the country to encourage others to get the jab. Well, tonight, the Garans Bahama Christian Council president is lending his voice to the importance of being vaccinated. President of the Garans Bahama Christian Council, Reverend Dr. Robert Lockhart, says, as a community, everyone has a role to play in curbing the spread of the COVID-19 virus in order to move forward, but he believes prayer is key.
I would like to encourage all pastors and all churches. I believe that we need to mobilize our people to pray for our nation and to pray that God would help us move on from this disastrous disease that's impacting us and nations all around the world. I believe that God can bring us through this and will deliver us from this. And so I would encourage every church, every pastor, families, let's continue to dedicate ourselves to prayer and seeking God to bring us through this more speedily, to save lives and families, the pain of losing a loved one and the pain of going through sickness. I've talked to a lot of people that have survived, and I said, Pastor, I would not wish what I've been through on my enemy because of what I've been through, just the fight of going through COVID. So all of that is just so much pain all around.
After praying and seeking God, Reverend Lockhart says working together to follow the protocols and taking practical steps is also important at this time.
To protect ourselves, to protect family members and friends and neighbors from contracting COVID and passing COVID on to someone else. The thing is when you get COVID, you probably don't know you have it until 2 or 3 days later, and by that time you've already interacted with family members, friends, before you know that you get it, and you may have infected others even before you're dealt with. Let's protect against that.
The Christian Christian Council president notes that too many lives are being lost due to the deadly virus, which is why Bahamians should take advantage of all of the options available.
Whenever there's a problem in the earth, I believe that God releases knowledge to solve that problem. I believe that getting vaccinated is a part of that problem. I would encourage as much persons. I know there are some persons that have questions and concern about the vaccines, and that's understandable, and you have some persons who may not do that, but I would encourage as many as Bahamians that don't have a problem with the vaccine to get vaccinated, because it protects you. It won't stop you from getting COVID, but what it does stop is that you won't have the severe symptoms and then end in the hospital and possibly die. I'm praying that the Bahamas would be one of the first countries in the world to move on from this, and the rest of the world can follow us. And when they ask us what we've done, we can say we've prayed, we've sought God. Secondly, we've worked together as a people to protect ourselves and protect each other. And thirdly, we've chosen our choice of vaccines and made them available to our people, that many of our people can take them. Even if someone isn't vaccinated, if you are, you're still protecting each other because you're protecting the unvaccinated. So I just encourage us, let's work it together, because I believe God is working in all of these avenues to bring about wholeness, wellness, and saving people from the pain of sickness, disease, and death.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News. Veteran educator on Grants Bahama and trade unionist Quentin Larota has been appointed the new Director of Labor effective September 1st, 2021. Larota has had a seasoned career as a trade unionist, having served in various capacities within the Bahamas Union of Teachers, from shop steward to executive member and eventually area vice president. He also held the post of the 4th Vice President of the National Congress of Trade Unions Bahamas, as well as co-chair of the Coalition for Labor Northern Region. A press release issued by the Ministry of Labor states that Larota has represented the concerns of workers at all levels of society and has successfully negotiated numerous conciliations at the Department of Labor. Additionally, he was successful in winning several cases at the Industrial Tribunal. We spoke with Larota late this afternoon. He says he's humbled by the opportunity to serve in such a capacity.
I consider it a blessing, and it's just a sort of confirmation that all of the work in labor and the toil in it, and my approach to industrial relations, and I think the dignity in which I treat people, from the workers and the employers, and how I try my best to mend fences, I think it's sort of a confirmation that the way I go about things, that there was some merit in that. And so I was very humble. Because like I say, I didn't have the expectation. And so I'm humble and I'm pleased and I'm thankful.
Now, the new labor director says he believes he brings some core values to the table and he's ready to hit the ground running.
I've never seen that labor and management need to be enemies or at odds. In fact, I think the goal should be the same, which is the success of an industry, the success of a company, the success of a ministry. And the only thing is that that management deserves the reward for their investment, but the worker and the laborer must be treated with dignity and respect, and they deserve reward for his contribution to the success of the whole enterprise. And so if we focus on mutual success as employer and worker, then and we be people of good faith and people with sincere intentions and true partners, I believe if you take that approach, you can get a lot of work done. And that is how I've approached labor relations my whole time as a unionist in the Bahamas Union of Teachers, and they serve me well. Also, as a labor advocate, dealing with non-unionized workers who don't have anyone to represent them.
The Ministry of Education confirming that students will not return to face-to-face learning come August 30th. Students will begin the 2021-2022 school year on the virtual learning platform. A top official of a newly formed union is weighing in on this decision and is calling on the Ministry of Education to provide more training opportunities for teachers. Italia Hall reports.
The Bahamas Educators, Counselors, and Allied Workers Union was established in October of 2020 and has some 300 members. Area Vice President Martha Edgecombe says the union was formed to focus on the integrity and upliftment of teachers.
However, even though it's not our preference to go completely virtual, we do understand that with the COVID situation that's currently affecting us at this time, as well as the new Delta variant that is now actually affecting kids, we know that this is the best option for us at this time. And so we've now adjusted ourselves to it.
Edgecombe sharing her concerns about the level of preparation among teachers.
Even though we would have had some experience with virtual or teaching virtual last year, I think in the back of our minds, we thought that we would have been out of the situation that we were in, and then that we were having control of COVID and how it affected our country. And then we realized that once the Delta variant came abroad, that the numbers actually started to spike, and so we're in another wave. Prior to that, though, we were more focusing on getting back into the classrooms, seeing our kids working face to face. So we got the notice about us going completely virtual after talks flying around about a hybrid process. And so the fact that we're fully virtual now, I don't think all of our teachers are 100% prepared.
The area vice president says another area of concern is the shortage of teachers.
And that is something that the ministry should really and truly address, because I'm seeing over the years from the time that I was in education that there seems to be a retention problem among teachers. I'm noticing over the years that teachers are not staying into the profession as they used to back in the day, and so that's something that the ministry should look at really seriously, because that is something that has to be addressed. We've had teacher shortages before, but I'm seeing that it's increasing and getting worse over the years.
Edgecombe is calling on the powers that be to provide more training for teachers on the virtual platform.
Teachers at this time are relying on their own knowledge and their own resources as opposed to having a pooled bank of resources and programs that we can use and readily jump right into. I think the government needs to focus more on proper training for teachers for these virtual applications, and perhaps provide something or have some program created specifically for us. And I'm not just talking about the EMIS or the LMS that is currently on stream. I'm saying programs that can connect to it so that we can provide a more entertaining, a more stabilizing program for the kids to keep their attention, because that is a challenge that we will see going forward.
Now all public schools will reopen virtually on August 30th, 2021. It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Former Governor General and former Deputy Prime Minister, His Excellency the Most Honorable Arthur Dion Hanna, laid to rest today following a homegoing service at Christ Church Cathedral in the nation's capital. Hanna was described as a champion of the people, one whose work centered on uplifting all Bahamians, and a founding father of the modern Bahamas, who fought for equality and social justice. His Excellency the Most Honorable A.D. Hanna was the country's 7th Governor General. He passed away on August 3rd at the age of 93. You're watching the Northern Edition. Stay with us.
On down now. For your large and small generators, propane and butane stoves, LED flashlights, fuel canisters, coolers, batteries, gas and electric chainsaws, cooking supplies, tarps, matches, duct tape, and more.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new, fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
It's back to school time, teachers. Shop with the Nautical Boutique store in Port Lacaya for the most comfortable, cool, and stylish work attire. You can tackle the lesson plan while they tackle your look.
Bellevue Gifts is a household name that has educated generations with the best and affordable supplies. Now through September 4th, get 15% off workbooks, school supplies, and teacher's aids. Bellevue Gifts and Supplies. See in-store details for more specials.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit for a chance to win a brand new 2021 Toyota RAV4. Every spend gives you an instant entry to qualify. Shop online, at the gas station, or at any POS machine for your chance to win. Competition runs from now until August 31. Activate your power and win with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Approved under Section 61G of the Gaming Act 2014. Applicable to Bahamas only.
August 28th from noon until 6 p.m., join ATIS for their second annual back-to-school drive-through giveaway at number 3 Thackeray Street across from Caterpillar. To register, call 602-4769.
It's back to school at Park & Shop and Dollar Plus with VAT-free items galore. From now until September 6th, you can save on uniform shirts and pants, belts, underwear, socks, and backpacks at Park & Shop. It's Dollar Plus for all your school supplies and hair accessories. Get black and white books, notebooks, crayons, erasers, markers, sharpeners, scissors, pens, and folders. Visit Park & Shop and Dollar Plus for your VAT-free back-to-school needs.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC super-fast fiber internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Take your time, take your time. You sure, right, yep?
Money short.
You sure? All right.
Money short.
Okay, okay. Miss.
You know loser buying, right?
Oh, well, you must be getting kids belay. Man, I ain't bring no money like that. Plus, you know you greedy.
Well, today is your lucky day. Oh. Check out the ZNS Shopping Network. See what deals they have on food.
Look here. Boy, Madcap got some super deals. Check it out. You got a $25 coupon for 15 and a $20 coupon for 10.
Well, Madcap it is.
All right. Hey, I roll in with you, eh?
Log on to ZNSShoppingNetwork.com and get your deals today.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Reach Out Youth Organization partnering with telecommunications company Alive to host a big back-to-school giveaway this coming Saturday. Reach Out President Dudley Sade says they will be providing the first 200 families with grocery bags as well as school supplies and vouchers for braids and haircuts. He's thanking Alive for their assistance with the initiative.
This is a difficult time with COVID-19. A lot of families are not working. People are struggling. So we're going to try to see how much, we could ease the burden of mothers. We're going to have some school shirts, some school shoes. So we have a whole package. It's going to be the place to be this Saturday at 10 a.m. But I'm excited to know that we continue to help the less fortunate here on the island of Grand Bahama.
First cell phone. Alive Trade Marketing Coordinator Indira Archer says it is a pleasure to be able to give back to the Grand Bahama community.
Alive is proud to partner with Reach Out Grand Bahama, an initiative that aligns with our values and one that allows us to prioritize with the needs of our community. As we prepare for back to school, we know that returning to the school year is exciting for our kids, and in some instances can be very difficult for parents and guardians who need to get supplies for multiple kids. We value our communities where we live, and today is a testament to our commitment.
Now the back to school giveaway will be held this Saturday, August 29th, beginning at 10 a.m. at the Reach Out Youth Organization Center on Banyan Lane. Our Facebook friend of the day up next.
ready to step out with designer shoes or handbags? Visit Steppin' Out. They've relocated at number 4 Old Sam's Plaza. Stepping out when you want to put your best foot forward.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Experience a different shopping environment at The Shop. 3 stores combined: Finishing Touch, Wigs, and Mary's Unique Design. Located at number 6 and 7 in the West Mall Plaza, downtown Freeport. The Shop carries fabrics, sewing machines, crafts, beauty supplies, perfumes, body oils, including men's and women's clothing. Make a stop at The Shop. Hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Phone 602-0976. The Shop. Experience a difference. 3 stores in 1.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Experience the power of convenience with speedy payments made with a simple tap. Feel the power of safety with enhanced security from our chip and pin technology, which grants you extra protection at the ATM, online, and at point of sale protection. Your access is granted. Make purchases here or when you choose to travel with priceless MasterCard offers. Activate your power with the new Scotiabank MasterCard Debit Card.
The quality goes in before the name goes on, and I can say that about this juice and Jamaica Bahama products.
Well, normally I buy the pigeon peas because it tends to be more natural and it's something that we grow in our yard, and so when I don't have any, that's the next substitute, best thing for it.
My favorite product is the corned beef, the taste and the texture. When I cook it, there's nothing much you need to add in it. It's very delicious.
Could you tell me why you choose JBI coconut water?
Well, personally, it just tastes better to me. I saw the brand, the flag, the Bahamian flag actually attracted me.
JBI is the best. You know, we're American and we're new down here, and we tried other brands, and JBI, the jasmine and rice brand, was the best.
I cook a lot of soup, and it's really good. I love the flavor. It's better than the other ones. Because it's very authentic, and I just love your product.
Buy JBI.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Betty Romer, you are our Facebook fan of the day. We thank you so much for your support. And we'd like to wish Gardenia Ritchie a very special happy birthday. We hope you enjoyed your day. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Jamila Mizik. Thank you so much for joining us. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, farewell and thank you from a grateful nation. Officials prep for nomination day. Overflight fees to assist with COVID fight. And the UN sounds the alarm on climate change. Those stories and more when the Bahamas tonight, the National Report returns.
Andros is the #1 bone fishing destination on our planet. Sports fishermen visit our flats every year to participate in one of the most fulfilling outdoor activities known to man, fly fishing. And guess what? It's 100% sustainable. Without areas like the west side of Andros, sustaining this industry would be absolutely impossible. So let's take care of nature, and nature will take care of us.
Tune in to ZNIS TV 13 for a live broadcast of the Ministry of Education's 2021 National Examination results this Monday, 30th of August at 10 a.m.
Good evening, I'm Akush Lopinder. Welcome to the Bahamas tonight. The National Report, thanks for joining us. A fitting send-off for a founding father, statesman, tour de force, patriot, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Arthur Dion Hanna, whose life work will be remembered throughout the ages. Al Javiz Munnings reports tonight on Hanna's final trek from Parliament to his televised state funeral.
Day for the Bahamas as former Governor General, former Deputy Prime Minister, former Cabinet Minister, and former parliamentarian, the Honorable A.D. Hanna, was laid to rest today. A.D. Hanna's body lied here at the House of Assembly for the past few days, and the Bahamas remembers this patriotic Bahamian who truly loved his country. The state funeral procession began with the bearers' party removing Hanna's coffin, draped in the national flag, from the foyer of the House of Assembly onto the gun carriage. The firing and mourning parties, comprised of officers of the Royal Bahamas Police and Defense Forces, then assembled on Bay Street to march to Christ Church Cathedral. Upon arrival to the church, the honor guard saluted Hanna. Moments later, the Hanna family, led by daughter and parliamentarian Glenys Hanna Martin, entered the church to participate in the nearly 2-hour service that followed all COVID-19 health and safety protocols. As Hanna's body was received inside the church, his coffin bore the Anglican white pall, which marks one's baptism into the Christian faith. Several tributes were paid to A.D. Hanna. Prime Minister the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis reminisced that as a young boy, he learned about Hanna's love for the Bahamas with unrelenting devotion, courage, and passion.
He gave his life to the Bahamian people in the struggle for majority rule and independence, playing a pivotal role in the march to both. Our greatest tribute to him is to pick up his baton and to continue the patriotic and civic endeavor of passing on to the next generation a more just, equal, and better country. At another time, when the emergency phase of the pandemic ends, the country should have another national tribute to celebrate the life and the extraordinary contributions of the Most Honorable A.D. Hanna.
Progressive Liberal Party leader Philip Brave Davis credits the heroic A.D. Hanna for his invaluable contribution to national development.
Make no mistake about it. It was the policy of Bahamianization as conceived by the Honorable A.D. Hanna and administered on his ministerial watch that was, with his earlier pioneering groundwork as Minister of Education, the twin catalyst for the emergence of a large and authentic black middle class in the Bahamas in the 1970s. He would go on in the ensuing decades to deepen and diversify his contributions to Bahamian nation building.
Retired rector at St. Matthew's Anglican Church, Canon Crossley Walking, spent many times with his member, A.D. Hanna. He's confident Hanna's walk with God dominated his Christian faith.
He struggled as I hope we all are struggling to have a closer walk with God. And so with grief, but also in joy, we place him today in the mercy of God, confident that he has prepared a place for him in his loving embrace and eternal kingdom.
A procession to St. Matthew's Anglican Church graveyard on East Bay Street followed the service. It was during that ceremony that Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works, the Honourable Desmond Bannister, presented Glenys Hannah Martin with the national flag, and the family bid a final farewell to their beloved relative. Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Well, in other news this evening, angst in the air for what will no doubt go down as an eventful day, as those aspiring to hold a seat in the next government will participate in the process known as Nomination Day. Anthony Smith has more on what tomorrow's process will look like.
On that day, we will know where we will have elections, who the candidates are in the various districts.
In less than 24 hours, aspiring candidates officially become 2021 general election hopefuls. It's a day which will see a number of prospects filter into predetermined centers countrywide, presenting qualifications to returning officers, upholding the years-long electoral process that is Nomination Day.
First document is what I will call a nomination paper. The nomination paper is a paper that is signed by at least 5 registered voters in the constituency. And then they will also produce a qualification document.
On that day, candidates will also declare their financial assets, provide proof of Bahamian citizenship, and pay a fee of $400 to be refunded only if the candidate secures 1/6 of the vote. If it all checks out, the candidate's name will be officially added to the ballot. But there's just one small catch, as all qualifying documents must be presented during a 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. window.
If you missed an opportunity and you have your documents and you didn't present them, do not come to parliamentary. Parliamentary cannot accept them. Parliamentary relies on the returning officers and what is submitted to the returning officer and what they accept, parliamentary accepts.
Nomination Day is normally one that is met with a lot of fanfare. This year, though, parliamentary officials predict things will look a little bit different, as COVID-19 restrictions will limit excited crowds and supporting observers.
To the returning officer, we are hoping that that center is well under control. We're hoping that we have police presence and that not many people will be admitted to the room where nomination is taking place. Now, if there are people there who accompany the candidate, those people should be kept on the outside of the compound.
Anthony Smith, ZNS Network News.
Well, only hours away now until Nomination Day, and today political parties were making last-minute preparations to ensure a smooth process. Desmond Saunders has the story.
I'm excited. The whole idea is we have our candidates already. We're ready for this great victory, but we'll see in September 16th. And we're all prepared, and the team is out there working, and we're looking forward to our victory.
With just hours before Nomination Day, National Chairman of the Free National Movement, Carl Culmer, projecting an air of confidence for the governing Free National Movement. The party will be contesting all 39 seats in the upcoming general election. And according to the party's chairman, all wheels are in motion.
At the end of the day, we believe we are the best administration to take the Bahamas through these trying times.
Meantime, Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Fred Mitchell, says all 39 party candidates are ready and the organization is in forward speed for tomorrow's big runoff.
There's no election unless the candidates are nominated. So we've been going over all the technical bits because the election law is very technical to make sure all of the documentation is in place, that the funds are in place, the $400 deposit, and that everybody has filled out the forms properly, signed, notarized, and that they get there as early as possible tomorrow so that there's very little room for error.
Tomorrow's nomination expected to be quite the contrast from the 2017 nomination process. The COVID-19 crisis curtailing much of the fanfare and activities known to take place on nomination day. National Chairman of the Democratic National Alliance, Derek Smith, says his party is also ready.
And we will be running, as we've said in the past, we'll be running at least about 35 DNA candidates, or 30, no less than, with our party members. We also have alliances with other parties that are actually still coming in, believe it or not, are still negotiating with us and actually coming in and trying to form a part of our alliance.
Now, as election fever heats up on the streets, major parties predicting a win at the polls, each offering grandiose plans to take the nation forward. Desmond Saunders, ZNS Network News.
Well, Minister of National Security, the Honourable Marvin Dames, is meantime confident the upcoming general election will be safe and secure. And this, as the Bahamas for the first time holds an election using a new permanent register. Parliamentary Commissioner Lovardo Donkinson recently revealed there were 194,547 people on that register. Dames says a lot of preparatory work has been happening behind the scenes.
Continue to work. The team at the Parliamentary Registration Department, led by the Parliamentary Commissioner, he and his team are working day and night. They have added additional staff to ensure that what happened in 2017 is not repeated in 2021. We continue to meet, we continue to look at the what-ifs and to take steps to ensure that we're able to address any possible problems.
Well, we also have the Health Minister on steps being taken on his end to ensure safety at the polls as COVID-19 remains a menace.
We're going to have a very defined way that someone actually comes in and votes, sanitizes, to ensure that there's no continued spread of the COVID virus that the country is currently experiencing. At the end of the day, folks are going to be able to sanitize before they actually dip their finger in the ink. We're going to ensure that you have that 70% alcohol sanitization. It's going to sit for a couple of seconds before you actually put your finger inside of the ink. So that will limit the opportunity for the spread of any potential virus. But like I said, all of this is being looked at in regards as to how we're going to continue to conduct a kind of safe working environment for the Bahamian people, because really the election is more of a working environment.
Well, still to come, find out how gas prices are impacting motorists here in the capital, and the United Nations stresses the reality of climate change. Those stories and more when we return. The morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch live at 5 with Amajal Knowles, followed by the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern edition at 6:30, and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil. Shell's Summer of Fun.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this month, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Elevate your experience with BTC Superfast Fiber Home Internet, which unlocks unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming for as low as $50 per line. Enjoy more savings and value with internet speeds of up to 600 megabits per second and all the connectivity you need on the go. An elevated experience starts with BTC at home, powering unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming plus great savings. Visit a BTC store or btcbahamas.com for more details.
Enjoy the flavors of summer and grab life by the bucket with KFC. Everybody loves the great taste of 11 herbs and spices. Available in family, deluxe, and party meals. The flavors of summer with KFC.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit for a chance to win a brand new 2021 Toyota RAV4. Every spend gives you an instant entry to qualify. Shop online, at the gas station, or at any POS machine for your chance to win. Competition runs from now until August 31. Activate your power and win with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Approved under Section 61G of the Gaming Act 2014. Applicable to Bahamas only.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th 5th Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
PAHO officials highlighting a surge in COVID-19 cases throughout the region, a predicament to which some have pointed the finger at international travel. When asked whether Caribbean countries, which double as popular tourist destinations, should consider allowing in vaccinated travelers only, PAHO Director of Health Emergencies, Dr. Cairo Ugarte, offered up that it's not that simple.
Many countries, including in the Caribbean, are adopting certain measures to facilitate the travels of international travels to people that got vaccinated. But because most of the population in the world is lacking the vaccine, we do not recommend that as a restriction.
Dr. Ugarte adding that the burden is on industry officials to ensure they're creating a safe situation where transmission remains at a minimum.
Of course, it is a measure that many countries are using, for example, to reduce the quarantine, to reduce isolation, and to facilitate the movement of those people, ensuring that at all times, both the tourist industry personnel and also the cruise ship crew are fully aware of the situation, and they do have the early detection capacity and the ability of the health services to cope with increase of cases among the tourists, but also in local population.
Union said odd, and the disagreement is coming from within. This following a memorandum of understanding signed between the Bahamas Trade Union Congress and National Congress of Trade Unions and the Progressive Liberal Party. That MOU speaks to, among other things, working with a PLP government to amend the law to redefine wages to include all forms of income like tips and gratuities, ensure foreign employers are unable to walk away from their financial obligations should a company go belly up, that the PLP government supply each umbrella union with a parcel of land for the building of their national headquarters, and that ways to strengthen the financial sustainability of trade unions are explored and more. But it seems the majority of the NCTUB's affiliates are not in agreement. The Airport, Airline and Allied Workers Union, Airline Pilots Association, Commercial Stores and Warehouse Union, Financial Services Union, Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union, Musician and Entertainers Union, Public Services Union, Bahamas Union of Teachers Union, and Union of Public Officers issuing a release, making it clear they were not involved in the signing of Wednesday's MOU. In fact, they say not only have they never seen the document, they were not aware of its contents, and it has not been tabled, discussed, or ratified by the NCTUB, adding that that union has only held 2 meetings since January 2020. Now, the group further charges that having asked its president, Bernard Evans, to resign months ago, the purported signing is the straw that breaks the camel's back, a contravention of their constitution, and they refuse to sit idly by and allow their members to be used. A new man sits as the director of labor, officially taking over from John Pinder on September 1st as veteran educator and seasoned trade unionist Quinton LaRota. LaRota has served within the Bahamas Union of Teachers for a number of years as shop steward all the way up to area vice president. He has also held down the position of 4th Vice President of the National Congress of Trade Unions Bahamas, as well as co-chair of the Coalition for Labor in the Northern Region. LaRota has been credited with successfully negotiating numerous conciliations, winning several cases at the Industrial Tribunal, conducting seminars and workshops on labor relations and trade unionism. His extensive training includes the International Labor Organization. Labor Minister, the Honorable Dion Folks, is confident that the labor expert will continue to excel in his new role. The Ministry of Finance is preparing and finalizing the pre-election and fiscal update for publication online tomorrow, and that's in keeping with the legal requirements of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. Finance's announcement comes after the Progressive Liberal Party's Shadow Minister of Finance, Deputy Leader Chester Cooper, accused the government of breaching the law by not publishing this pre-election update in a timely manner. The finance release quotes Minister of State, the Honorable Kwesi Thompson, who declared that the government has set the standard for accountability and transparency in the laws passed that now provide for the first time published financial reports, including the quarterly budget, fiscal strategy, and a brand new financial and procurement legislative regime. The Bahamas could begin receiving overflight fees in a matter of weeks, according to Tourism and Aviation Minister, the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar. He believes the Bahamas could receive in the range of $25 to $30 million, a substantial sum, he says, can help the country fight the COVID-19 pandemic. It was earlier this year that the Bahamas signed an air navigation services agreement with the Federal Aviation Administration that will, for the first time, allow the Bahamas to receive payment for airlines flying within the country's sovereign airspace.
We're going through the mechanics of setting all of that up, getting the bank account. We've already established by the IATA. They've already started to bill. So I expect in the next 30 days or so we'll start to receive funds from that, which will be a huge boon to the Bahamian people. For the first time ever, we will be receiving money for our natural resource, which is the space above us. And never before in the history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas have we ever earned any money from it. So I'm very proud of the fact that we will be collecting something from this natural resource.
Well, it's something all motorists have in common, filling up their gas tank, at least when our pockets allow it. You see, to get where you need to go in a car, gas is a necessity, as Kelsey Johnson recently explored.
5 on 3, 20 on 2. Authorized pump 6. It doesn't matter how much you put in your tank. Nowadays, it seems as though the gas is vanishing into thin air.
I spend about $120 a week because I run around a lot. And I think this is ridiculously much. For persons who drive an XUV, I think they could relate to what I'm saying.
But in 3 days, I already put $40 gas in this car. Every day you go to the gas station, the price is going up, and the gas don't last no time.
I just budget $50 a week, basically, and I don't do a lot of driving, but it doesn't seem like you get a lot for the mileage, basically, at all right now.
This car, normally I'd put between $45 to $50.
And that's per week?
Well, that can last me a week. Oh, sometimes depend how many run I do in the day, during the day or something like that.
How do you drive? Is your car on E, half tank, or full?
No, I have to ride on full or half tank. And then when I put 40 in, it'll probably, depending on where the gauge, it'll probably bring it almost to full.
Just over half. Like, we filled this up this morning, and yeah, she's only just over half. So it's not even 3/4 full.
Reporting from the closest gas station near you, Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Network News.
Well, climate change, long a topic of serious discussion, but a recent United Nations report's been seen as a final warning before the Earth is irreversibly transformed. Lloyd Allen takes a closer look.
A simple visit to places like this, the beach, is taken for granted by many Bahamians, but a recent report from the United Nations suggests that these kind of activities could soon become a thing of the past. Posted August 9th, the report headlines a code red for human-driven global heating. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report suggests, quote, climate change is widespread, rapid, and intensifying, and some trends are now irreversible. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says the report represents a code red with deafening alarm bells and irrefutable evidence mounting. The internationally agreed threshold of 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels of global heating was perilously close, with a real need for decisive action to remain within the 1.5 degree mark. Human handiwork has led to a CO2 atmospheric level, the highest in at least 2 million years. The report says global surface temperatures have increased faster since 1970 than in any 50-year period over the last 2,000 years. Sea level mean also growing faster since 1900. Greenhouse emissions also reportedly responsible for 1.1 degrees Celsius of warming between 1850 and 1900. In many places in the capital, some beaches also showing signs of erosion, a clear sign that changes are happening. The report says time is running out, and around the world extreme changes are likely, including increased heat waves, droughts, tropical cyclones, as well as Arctic sea ice reduction and permafrost. Extreme sea level events similar to a once-in-a-100-year period can now advance to once a year. These effects expected to be more prolific in large cities and happening before our eyes. Climate adaptation also listed as a necessity for early warning systems and the likes. Governments globally are being urged to make tough decisions before it's too late. Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
My name is Dr. Nakia Forbes. I am an infectious diseases physician. I also am the director of the National HIV/AIDS and Infectious Diseases Program at the Bahamas Ministry of Health and a clinical tutor at the local medical school. That's the University of the West Indies School of Clinical Medicine and Research. We're continuing to have a large number of infections in country and active infections. And we know that we have to balance health, but there are many other things that are impacted, such as the economy and socialization. We also have to fight these changing strains of COVID-19, including the Delta strain. And these mutant strains of COVID-19, they're really concerning because they can make people sicker. They're easily spread. They can impact way more persons with COVID-19. And they're very, very infectious as the chickenpox, which is highly infectious. Now, what can we do to protect ourselves and our loved ones? Well, one of the things that we have to do is get vaccinated. These vaccines are safe. The benefit outweighs the risk. They have been studied in clinical trials, and they're very effective to protect against COVID-19. And so I encourage everyone to get to know the facts on these COVID-19 vaccines. Ask your local healthcare provider. There are reputable places you can go to get the facts on COVID-19, like the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, the WHO website, the Ministry of Health, and the Office of the Prime Minister's website also have reputable information on those vaccines. We all have to think about ways to reduce our risk for getting COVID-19 because COVID-19 is not going away for a little while. So these are some of the things that we can do to protect ourselves and to reduce the chance of having outbreaks of COVID-19 at work and in country, because those can definitely spread larger. So be safe, everyone. We look forward to having more persons immunized, and hopefully we'll be in a better position as it relates to hospitalizations and deaths and bad outcomes with COVID-19 in country, and see these numbers settle down. And I'm hopeful that that will happen. So wishing you all the best of health and safety. And this is Dr. Nakia Forbes, and thank you for inviting me to tourism today.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Almost every journey starts with your car. We spend most of the early stages of our lives anticipating getting our first set of wheels. When that moment finally comes, let AID be there for all your auto needs. Make it yours by accessorizing, maintaining, and repairing your car with AID. Whether you're a professional mechanic, a recent graduate, a full-time mom, or an I can fix that kind of guy. Or if you're completely clueless about what your car needs, AID will assist in providing a large variety of auto parts, a diagnostic center, and great customer service. For all life's auto journeys, we're here. AID, all you really need and more.
Are you in a fight against debt? Or maybe you need financing for additional expenses? BOB is ready to fight for you. We are ready to rumble and help you knock out debt with the lowest consumer loan rates in the Bahamas on debt consolidation and easy top-up consumer loan. With BOB in your corner, debt doesn't stand a chance. Apply today for your BOB Easy Top-Up or Debt Consolidation Loan. Call 397-3000 or email us at loans@bankbahamas.com. BOB, your bank. Our solution.
We elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate.
You've heard me do an awful lot of talking about our fiber to the home upgrades, but now the reviews are in from our customers who are giving it overwhelmingly a thumbs up.
Yes, it was the best decision I made in reference to cable, TV, and internet. Very nice. I love it. It gives you a lot of channels that the previous people didn't have. So you have a lot of options.
Oh, it's been excellent. Excellent service, good communication. We had a little bit of a difficulty in this area in the beginning, but they were in constant communication with me, calling to see if it had come up and whatever. So it's been excellent.
Well, I must say, for a period of time during the hurricane, that BTC was really fighting with all men on deck to keep the communities at large in touch with families. Most of them, far relatives or relatives abroad. But since then, and since BTC has been doing the work through all the communities, and now this new fiber optic plan, it's been pretty good. It's been basically stable.
Oh, yes. I want to thank and commend the team here in Abaco, Mr. Davis and the team. They are doing such a wonderful job. Every day you can see them on the road, reconnecting wires and just working hard. So I am very thankful for them.
We are holding our hearts and our hands in prayers, but we are still saying to BTC, thank you for the powerful upgrade so far in the Abacos.
Abaco is already feeling elevated, and in very short order, the rest of the country will be as well. These are the moments that move us. I'm Corbell Pyfrom. Be well and be back here. Next, BTC Connection.
Well, much ado made over the decision to call an early election, but as Desmond Saunders tells us, it does have some history behind it.
It's a discussion that has been circulating in the public domain for quite some time. Successive governments have even declared its intention to bring it into law. The issue of fixed dates for general elections. Associate Professor of History at the University of the Bahamas, Dr. Christopher Curry says, while fixed dates for general elections bodes well for democracy, early elections are not a new phenomenon in the Bahamas.
We've had snap elections before, or at least early elections, maybe not snap. We had a general election, interestingly, in 1968, 15 months after the historic 1967 election. That was a political gamble on the part of Pinling, because the PLP actually had lost a by-election in May of 1967 for Crooked Island. And so the thought, I think, that sort of steered Pinling towards a general election rather than a by-election was that he would rather gamble the entire party and its legacy on a general election than to have to lose a single by-election. 472 was also a constricted period where you only had 4 years between the 68 election and then the 72 election. So that certainly was another election where you didn't have the full 5-year period running out.
The Prime Minister ended weeks of speculation by announcing the date for the next general election, September 16th this year.
One lesson, pardon me, is that, you know, the voters should always be prepared and that you should try as soon as you can to register to vote. There were a few people who are now disenfranchised because they were not prepared for a snap election being called. And that is one big lesson that we should learn, is always be prepared.
This year's general election will be closely watched by political observers everywhere. This next general election comes under unprecedented circumstances as the COVID-19 crisis continues to impact the globe.
How are you going to manage the possibility of crowds? Nomination day is on Friday. How do you prevent the usual fanfare, if I could say it like that usually accompanies nomination day?
And it is under these unique circumstances the professor is encouraging Bahamians everywhere to follow the COVID-19 protocols and exercise their democratic right to vote. Desmond Saunders, ZNS Network News.
Well, then there's the election polls. While several survey results may vary, many are watching to see how the public views the major political parties on governing the country's affairs. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works, the Honourable Desmond Bannister, responded to a recent poll when questioned by reporters.
The Prime Minister's poll ratings, as far as I know, are more than double what the Leader of the Opposition's are. People don't see him as the Prime Minister. They see Dr. Menace leading the country. They have confidence in what he's done. They have a tremendous amount of confidence in how he's guided us through the pandemic. And just like investors have the confidence now in investing in the country. The party issue is one that, based on the figures that I'm aware of, it's that is entirely not accurate. And I believe that on the 16th of September, you will see why that is not accurate.
Bannister also confident about another Free National Movement victory come September 16th.
We believe that the Bahamian people have tremendous confidence in the Free National Movement, tremendous amount of confidence. We are the party that, in a pandemic, have made a huge difference in the safety of Bahamians. We're going to do whatever is safe for Bahamians at this time. As plans evolve, we will announce those plans.
Do you use a tumbler? It's a holder for either cold or hot drinks, and they're basically a hot commodity during this very hot summer. LaDawn Davis has more.
A lot of persons are doing tumblers, but we wanted to add our own little flair to it.
Giving customers quality tumblers for their money is what Irvinique Store strives on through her small business, Bees Creations. The educator offers personalized tumblers that are trendy, unique in style, color, and presentation. The new entrepreneur who birthed her business amidst the pandemic stopped by our ZNS studios on Tuesday to give us an inside look at the tumblers now up for grabs.
We started off with more personalized tumblers with your name, your images, your favorite quotes. We went out and we did something off the wall and we did our ice toppers. And then when election season was announced, we jumped straight into it because we knew that this was the moment. So we specialized in tumblers for every party, even for independent candidates. If they want it, we can make it for them. Persons love the name brands. For the summer, we had our drink theme ones. Persons love those. And now our ice toppers are for sure the way to go. Everyone has the plain tumblers. They want to step out and shine, so now they're investing in the ice.
Hundreds of Bahamians have already caught some of the honey products from Bees Creations through the tumblers. But Irvinique says there is some more sweetness where that came from.
One product that we've invested in is our earrings. We have round earrings, and we also have them in teardrop shape. We have invested in our keychains, so you can get your personalized keychains. We've also invested in sanitizers. You can get it with whatever you want on it, whether it's your name, your image. We had an order for a church and also a school that did a bundle. And then, of course, we have our plates that you can put in your car, on your fence, on your home. If you want to represent a political party, if you just want to represent your child to say happy birthday, whatever it is. Outside of this, we also offer shirts, masks, mugs. We have a wide variety of products.
But investing in long-lasting tumblers comes with a lot of hard work. Irvinique gave us a little lesson on how to bake the tumblers and get them just right.
It takes about 10 minutes to bake each tumbler, but it takes a few hours to design the actual process. So we start off with a blank white tumbler. We create our design 100%. We don't buy, we don't recreate. We put our effort completely into whatever it is that you want. We make it, we print it out, and then we go through a whole baking process to wrap it and bake it into the actual mug itself. So what you see on here, you can touch it, you can rub it, you cannot feel it. It is sealed in there and it will not fade away.
LaDawn Davis, ZNS Network News.
And as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Summer is here, and Shell presents a summer of fun. Win $30,000 in prizes when you spend $20 in fuel at any Shell location. Now through September 10th. Experience incredible hotel stays in the Family Islands and Nassau. Win thousands of dollars in fuel, groceries, and electronic devices. Fuel up today and submit your receipt by WhatsApp, email, and Facebook. Follow us on Facebook for more chances to win with Shell. Terms and conditions apply.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Experience the power of convenience with speedy payments made with a simple tap. Feel the power of safety with enhanced security. From our chip and pin technology, which grants you extra protection at the ATM, online, and at point of sale protection. Your access is granted. Make purchases here or when you choose to travel with priceless MasterCard offers. Activate your power with the new Scotiabank MasterCard Debit Card.
Every day, it takes a commitment to quality,
a commitment to the people. Here at Impact, we commit to you, to providing you with the best, most efficient waste management service in the country. Across the Bahamas, every home and any event is within our reach. Let the fastest growing and most reliable team help keep your Bahamas clean. Impact Waste Management Company, committed to you.
Hey guys, it's Shay here and welcome to our first installment of Alive's Community Corner. Not only is Alive a digital service provider, and beyond those great deals and services that we provide you, Alive is committed to the community. So here's a look at what we did for Mother's and Father's Day. This episode, and we look forward to sharing with you so many more of our community moments. So why Alive? Because you deserve it.
The commissioning of a much-anticipated water plant set to benefit multiple settlements across Long Island. Executive Chairman for the Bahamas Water and Sewage Corporation, Adrian Gibson, tells us more.
This will be the commissioning of the Phase 1 and 2 of the Water Extension Caribbean Development Bank project that we've been working on now for the last 3 years. In Phase 1, we had 2 lots, and those works will see some 18.9 miles. That's 96,014 feet of pipe that was laid, and more than 300 service connections. So we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of beneficiaries. And then, of course, you have, in that project, a bit over $5 million. Then you have Phase 2, which is Lots 3 and 4. Lots 3 and 4, those works are now complete, and that led to more than 200 service connections.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makishla. In the tropics, a tropical storm is expected to form just to the south and west of Jamaica later on tonight. And then we have 2 other areas, one in the central Atlantic, the other in the far eastern Atlantic, both showing good signs of development. And all the details coming up later in the newscast, so do stay tuned. But outside of our studios, we're under mostly cloudy skies, temperature 84 degrees, relative humidity at 74%, the barometric pressure 1,015.0 millibars, that's 29.96 inches, and the pressure is steady. Your temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 88 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Greenville, Key, Marshall, Abaco, 85 degrees, 86 in the Berry Islands. Allenstown, Bimini, 87, 85 in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, Black Point, Exuma, Kemps Bay, South Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. Allenstown, Cat Island, 84, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma, all at 84s. 84s again in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and Acklands, Matchutani, Nagua, 86, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the northwestern islands tonight, easterly winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. High tide will take place at 11:34 tonight. In the central and southeastern islands, winds southeast 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet. So caution flags are in place for your boaters in the central and southeastern islands tonight. And then tomorrow, which is Friday, right through Saturday, you can expect southeast winds at 12 to 18 knots in the northwestern islands. Wave heights at 3 to 6 feet. Low tide 5:50 in the morning. High tide at 3 minutes past midday. And then in the central and southeastern islands, again, Friday through Saturday, southeast winds, speeds stay at 15 to 20 knots, and wave height 4 to 7 feet. So we'll hold that caution flag right through the weekend for your boaters in the central and southeastern Bahamas. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. International temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Everyone's excited about the $8 meal of the day. Every day, it's a different 6-inch sub, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $8. That feels like fresh value. Come in any day of the week for one of your favorite 6-inch subs. Like turkey breast, meatball marinara, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, black forest ham, Italian BMT, oven roasted chicken, and tuna. Then add chips and a 20-ounce drink, and you've got the $8 meal of the day. A great meal at a great price every day of the week. Only at Subway.
How the smartest shoppers are shopping in Nassau. Variety disposable products versus the other guys. $120.40 versus $150. Variety disposable products, 25% savings. Bingo, save $3. Padilla, save $2. Bounty hand towel, $1. And that's how the smartest shoppers saved over $30 on this cart at Variety Disposable.
Elevate your experience with BTC Superfast Fiber Home Internet, which unlocks unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming for as low as $50 per line. Enjoy more savings and value with internet speeds of up to 600 megabits per second and all the connectivity you need on the go. An elevated experience starts with BTC at home, powering unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming plus great savings. Visit a BTC store or btcbahamas.com for more details.
Hi, I'm Ed Fields, and I'm supposed to be talking to you about financial resilience, which is another word for survival, really. And in these times, it is an extremely challenging thing to be resilient. And the only thing I can say to folks is, not one size fits all. And so whatever I'm trying to impart upon you today is not about, an absolute. The reality is we all have different levels of resources. We all have different levels of education. We all have different levels of challenges. And so the only thing we can do is to really focus on what it is that we want to attain, what we want to achieve. And if we do that, we got to then set out a plan, visualize that plan, and execute that plan. And, I'm not here to give you any sort of magic panacea or formula. All I can tell you is that it's a lot of hard work, it takes focus, and, the bottom line is not to give up. You know where you want to go, you know what you want to achieve, do whatever it takes to get to that point.
This message is brought to you by the Securities Commission of the Bahamas.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit for a chance to win a brand new 2021 Toyota RAV4. Every spend gives you an instant entry to qualify. Shop online, at the gas station, or at any POS machine for your chance to win. Competition runs from now until August 31. Activate your power and win with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Approved under Section 61G of the Gaming Act 2014. Applicable to Bahamas only.
Elevate your experience with BTC Superfast Fiber Home Internet, which unlocks unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming for as low as $50 per line. Enjoy more savings and value with internet speeds of up to 600 megabits per second and all the connectivity you need on the go. An elevated experience starts with BTC at home, powering unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming plus great savings. Visit a BTC store or btcbahamas.com for more details.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
In the second of a three-game series, Jazz Chisholm and the Miami Marlins needed 10 innings to defeat the Washington Nationals 4-3 in walk-off fashion last evening. Jazz had 1 hit and 5 at-bats as the Marlins sought to improve their win-loss record to 52-75 on the season. The final game of a three-game series versus the Nationals is tonight at 7:10 p.m. at Marlins Park. Following this series, the Finns take on the Cincinnati Reds for another three-game series at home starting on Friday. The last time after-school sports were halted locally for an extended period was 1981 to 1983. National team coach Peter Pratt recalls the unfortunate period as he was a physical education teacher at that time. Many student athletes were impacted negatively as a result. Fast forward to 2020 and 2021, and once again, student athletes are being impacted by the halting of activities as a result of COVID-19 and the virtual learning decision taken by the Ministry of Education. Pratt explains the impact on student athletes this time around.
If we're not going to have any scholastic sports, the athletes are in jeopardy of receiving scholarships. Now, there are other ways to receive scholarship as an athlete. If you do have a coach who has relationship with other coaches, then you are halfway there, because most coaches would like to see footages and really have results in hand for those athletes who want to receive a scholarship. However, if a coach is trusted good enough with another coach abroad who are presenting scholarships, then that alleviates some of the problems.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Check off all your items at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow Spaghetti and Meatballs, 15-ounce, 99 cents. Felice Ready Cut Macaroni, 14-ounce, 99 cents. Amarlanda Fresh Milk, 33.8-ounce, 2 for $2.75. Boneless strip steaks, $8.99 per pound. Yellow onions, 3-pound bag, $2.99. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with double stamps on Sundays at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Everything is changing, and your favorite hardware and home improvement store is getting with the program. We Buy You Sell is rolling out its new online shopping feature. If you go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, it's a quick and easy 3-step process. Step 1, browse the gallery and select your item. Step 2, add to cart. And Step 3, check out. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, to shop with us today.
So, Tamika, I know it's your first day, but we need a few things for the office. We need notepads for the boardroom, paper clips, staplers, trash bins for new staff, a monitor for Jason in accounting, a case of pens, a box of copier paper, and Ted here needs a new desk chair. Oh, and glue. I'll need all of these by noon. Got it?
But where am I supposed to get all this stuff by noon?
John Bull Business Center.
John Bull Business Center?
Of course. And while you're there, I need 200 copies of this. And speak to Michelle about delivery of my furniture. I'm having my office remodeled.
Got it, because they have a copy center and a contract furniture department. I knew that.
I think you might just work out.
Get everything your company needs in one convenient location. Check out the copy center and our contract furniture department. If you want to show everyone in the office you mean business, then there's only one place to go. John Bull Business Center. We mean business.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit for a chance to win a brand new 2021 Toyota RAV4. Every spend gives you an instant entry to qualify. Shop online, at the gas station, or at any POS machine for your chance to win. Competition runs from now until August 31. Activate your power and win with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Approved under Section 61G of the Gaming Act 2014. Applicable to Bahamas only.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather in the tropics, we have that area of low pressure just to the east of Bermuda. It's now making that turn towards the east, has about a 50% chance of some development taking place. So we'll keep our eyes on it, even though it's only going to be a problem to the shipping lanes. And then there's a second system out there. This one also moving towards the northwest, has about a 60% chance of developing over the next couple of days. And in this area here, we expect sometime on the 30th of August, something can come off the African coast and pretty much form to the south and west of the Cape Verde Islands. But just this afternoon, we had Tropical Storm Ida just formed to the south and west of Jamaica. It's now moving towards the northwest at 14 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds at 40 miles per hour, but we expect some intensification of this system, particularly by Sunday, coming at Category 1. And Louisiana seems as though it's going to be in the direct part of this system as a Category 3. That should make landfall sometime on Monday morning. Satellite pictures showing quite a bit of showers and thunderstorms associated with that system, some of which are spreading into the central and southeastern parts of the Bahamas as well. The good news is moving towards the west, so we expect some gradual improvement over the next couple of days. Forecast for tonight, we're going in for some thunderstorms in the extreme northwest Bahamas. That's particularly around the Grand Bahama and the Abaco areas. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with a low temperature of 79 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be breezy with periods of clouds and sunshine. More clouds than sun. A passing shower or two, very possible with a high temperature of 89 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, showers in the forecast right into Saturday. Then things dry out on Sunday, heading into the early part of the weekend. And those nighttime temperatures, seems as though they're going to hold right there in the upper 70s.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team here, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.